to either become who God called us to be or to close our doors. The revival is not just about this church. The revival is about Christians, and as this pastor talked about, the revival of concern and compassion and love to each other and to every human being that we come in contact with. The text is a call to this community in the midst of these challenging times to do something in an effort to resolve the challenges, not just that the community is facing, but that broken and shattered human beings are facing. See, that's the reason why they didn't have to have billboards. That's the reason why they didn't have to get out here and get on television and start trying to publicize and spend all this money to get their name out. Broken people began to come because there was something that was going on that might resolve the brokenness in their lives. So they didn't have to get out and wave a sign saying, come. Folks say I'm hurting and I've got to go somewhere where folks will help me resolve and deal with these problems and issues in my life. See, one of the challenges that we have in the 21st century as the church has become a self-maintenance, self-caring institution. It don't care about nobody but itself. It cares about its budgets. It cares about its popularity. It cares about promoting certain folks. But it does not care about people whose lives have been shattered, people who don't know how they're going to make it from day to day. Marriages have collapsed. Children don't know how to act. The church must step in. The church must come forward. The church must say, I care about what you're going through. Listen to the text. Listen to the text. What good is it? Truest translation in the Greek is what value, what significance, what importance is it, my brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but do not have? What does it mean you have pistos, pistudian, confidence in this God? What does that mean when you look at the text and say, but you won't do anything to help in bringing God's kingdom or God's reigndom or the rule and the reign, basileia to doubt, into this reality? What does it mean that you, yes, driving your Mercedes, but your neighbor is sitting out under a bridge? What does it mean that you say you love God, but your elderly can't get their medicine, but you got to go and get the latest and the greatest? You got to have your 55, 60-inch plasma, but our mothers don't have a place to lay their heads. What does this mean? To say you love God, but you don't love anybody else. This text says, you say you got confidence and assurance in God, but when stuff hits your house, you start running around here talking about what y'all got to do to take care of me. But when it hits my house, you ain't got nothing for me. You got to go and check my tithing records. You got to go and say whether or not I've been a member for 50 years. What does this mean? What does this mean? That when you get in trouble, you want everybody bringing all that you got. But when the other folks get in trouble, you don't know them. It says there's more to this. And James is challenging this community of faith to say, no, with this kind of love and with this kind of service comes sacrifice. Watch what he does. Watch what the writer does. Can faith save you? Can it save you? Well, Paul's already wrestled with that, hasn't he? So why in the world is it in the text? Can faith save me? Because there's folks running around here. All you got to do is have faith. You know it, folks. When you going through, all you got to do is believe. When you going through, claim your authority in the Lord. When you going through, when you struggling, don't you have faith?
Don't you have faith?
When you going through and you can't sleep and you crying in the midnight hour and don't know how, they can always quote a scripture. They can always come up and tell you what they think you ought to hear. But when they behind going through, somebody to show up. They want some tangible things.